love how you turned your like pretty face on. You were like,
Hello, everybody.
hello to our 10. Do we still have 10 subscribers?
Yes, we still have 10 subscribers.
Subscriber check. Hello to our 10 subscribers.
Subscribe if you're listening and you're not subscribed already.
Yeah, give us a subscribe. You don't have to listen, just subscribe.
Wait, that reminds me, that's been Blue's word of the week. He's running around going, subscribe. Because
I'm dead.
he's been watching YouTube Kids. And he goes, subscribe. At first, I thought he was saying surprise, but he goes, subscribe.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that.
Oh, it's crazy. It feels weird.
And it's so funny. At least he's not saying like and subscribe. Just
Yeah,
subscribe.
true. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, just subscribe. We just want you to subscribe. I don't really care if you like it or
Yes, please.
listen to it, but do subscribe.
At
I'm
least like
getting,
the first 5 seconds helps.
yes, I'm getting audited by the Board of
Oh
Nursing.
Lord.
By the Board of Nursing. The Tennessee Board of Nursing has selected me for a random audit to just make sure that I
Wow.
am keeping up with my continuing education. So they notified me of this via email. So how it works is they send you an email and they give you a list of what you've got to turn in for your NP license. And then they give you a list of
Mhm.
what you've got to turn in for your RN license. And then you've got to get it
Hmm.
to them within 30 days. And then of when you get the email, I guess. And then they have 6 weeks to get back to you and let you know if you're Gucci or not.
What happens if you're not Gucci?
I I don't
Jail.
know. Yeah, they burn you at the stake downtown. They take you to Broadway and burn you on a stake, actually. They put right,
Shame they walk you down
yeah,
walk you
this
down Broadway.
woman.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
That probably is what they do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what happens, and I don't know what would happen because I'm gonna meet all the requirements. So I don't
You
know.
will. Absolutely. You are a star student, as I've said.
Yeah, no, but the stuff they want you to pull out. So here's the thing that's a little bit tricky, but it's fine, is that I'm getting audited in 2025. So they want, if you're getting audited in 2025, all your education and all of your documents that you turn in have to be from 2023 and 2024. Because when you go to
Mm.
renew your, when I went to renew my license, I renewed my license like in June 2025. You're basically saying, okay, well, for the past couple of years, I've kept up to date on all my education. Please renew my license. And then they do just renew
Mm.
it. But then I guess apparently a certain number of people get randomly selected to be audited to make sure that you really did all that stuff you were supposed to be doing. So when you get the notice of the audit, it's not like, oh crap, I've got to go do all this stuff. No, honey, it's got to be dated between 2023 and
Oh.
2024. Like they're back auditing you.
Oh, it's kind of like taxes. Makes sense, I
Yeah,
guess.
which does make sense because it's like, well, you shouldn't have renewed your license in 2025 if you didn't have this stuff done. But
Right.
yeah, I've never had it happen to me before. I've never got in any of the states that I'm licensed in, I've never had, this is my first time. So,
Wow. It's
yeah.
like it's kind of like jury duty. I've never had jury duty.
Yeah, I've never had jury duty either. They wanted
Knock on wood.
like the stuff, and
I
it's
don't want
crazy the
it.
stuff that they want because they like all the stuff that they want, they pretty much have a lot of it already. Like my college transcripts. Why do
Mm,
you guys
yeah.
want that now? That's crazy.
Right. That was a
Actually,
while ago.
it's actually crazy. I know you guys already have that. And then they want also like um my document that I sign with my supervising physician where he says like, "Hey, I'm her supervising physician." I'm like, "You guys are the ones who put that in the database." So
Right.
you do indeed already have.
Yeah, it's a little alarming. They're like, just to make sure, just to
Well, they're
really
like, "But I just want to
double
see it
check.
again." They're like, "I just want to see it again. I just want to know that you have copies.
Yeah.
We want more copies." Like they just want more paper.
It's giving like busy work. They're just like, yeah, we just need more work. We need more things to do.
It's giving senior
Oh
project.
my word. Well, literally. Yes, literally.
So
Well,
I
good
will
luck
get
on
you.
Hannah's audit. Everybody wish Hannah luck.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. Um, yeah, I have to get my transcript. That's the last thing I've got to get because obviously I'm locked out. I'm locked out of my student portal. I haven't been in there for years.
And you have to freaking pay. You have to pay?
Probably, but I've got to call. Like I got the notice like
Yeah.
last Thursday or something. Um, and I've got to call Vanderbilt University and get my student portal unlocked so I can get in there and get a transcript. And I haven't done that yet because that does
Mm,
not sound like a great time.
yeah, that's the worst. I had to do that in like 2023 I had to call Tampa that I went to in 2013, so 10 years later. And this like little 18-year-old girl answered the phone. She's like, "Hello." And I'm like, "Oh my God." Like I love this. I'm so happy that I'm doing this at the same time that you're doing this. It's so really cool for me. I love that. So happy we're both in college right now.
Yes, yes. So I'll let y'all know when I get the all clear. Um, I guess it takes 6 weeks for them to put the stamp of approval on me that they've already approved 18 times. I don't know. Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I really hope they like me. I hope they like me. Please approve me.
They will. They're gonna love you.
They have loved me for the
I
last
want
15 years, so.
Let's hope it sticks. I was just looking at the calendar to see when Mercury retrograde ends, and we have like 2 more weeks.
Okay.
I just feel it in every electronic device until it ends, and I'm just so sick of it. I feel like it gets worse as Mercury continues
I
to
thought
be
about that
retrograde. It
when
just
I
gets worse
got
and worse.
the audit. I thought about that and I was like, okay, because you can either fax it to them, email it to them, or mail it to them, or bring it to them in person. I'm doing all four. You
You're
you
like, I'm
bitches,
doing all of them.
you bitches are not gonna tell me that you didn't get this shit, okay? Not gonna happen. Mm-mm. No.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to read you my Mercury retrograde list of inconveniences.
We're ready. We're ready.
Just really, really quick. They're so stupid.
Take it away.
Okay. Yeah, the first one, my heat printer took like 7 times to print a shipping label. It can't run out of ink. It's a heat printer. This is so annoying. Second one, I get signed out of everything and have to send a code to my phone. That literally never happens unless it's Mercury retrograde. Oh, I sold a dress I sold last year, so I had to refund and cancel the order. Love that for me. Um, me and Luke got into an argument about the word bard. It was so dumb and unnecessary. Like the meaning of the word bard. That was really stupid. Every electronic is slow and glitchy. Oh, we threw away our old printer because it just kept printing blanks and all of the colors were like high except for black. Oh, my dog pooped in the room in the middle of the night. She hasn't done that since she was a puppy. Hello. My car battery died on my birthday, and I keep hitting my elbow on everything. And that's all of
Mm.
them. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I am really proud of you for making it through this challenging time.
It has been a challenge.
You just keep going.
Also, I think she puked. I don't think she pooped. Yeah, it's been a
Oh,
time. I've been really struggling. Yeah, it was really gross, dude. It was either so late or so early. I don't know. Blue was like laying on top of me and I was screaming for Luke and I was like, Luke, are you in here? Because Rhino was just, it was so
oh,
gross. Yeah, it's really gross to have like a dog. Well, it's not gross, but it's challenging to have a dog and a baby at the same time because they're both toddlers at the same time. And your dog never stops being a toddler. Eventually your child like grows and becomes independent, but your dog, no matter what age, is always a toddler. So
yeah.
just take note of that if you're interested in getting a pet.
I mean, I would like to get a dog. Luis definitely wants a wiener dog. But
Oh, cute.
yeah, I'm pretty set on waiting until we have a yard.
Totally. Yes, you do not want to be walking that thing every single day, 3 times a day.
I
It's a
just,
lot.
I just want, I want the dog to have plenty of space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even though
No,
they're
I totally
little,
agree.
even
It
though
was
they're
hard.
little, I just want it to have plenty of like roaming room, and I want it to be able to chase squirrels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That would be so cute though, you guys having a little wiener dog. They have such
yeah,
funny personalities. Oh my
yeah,
God, they're so funny. Especially with a cow, like just the little wiener dog and
the
the
wiener dog.
Highland.
Oh,
That would be like, oh my God, you could do a whole calendar of them together.
I'm yes, I'm ready. I am ready. I am ready for my cow and dog era.
Me too. I'm here. I'm
I'm
clocked in.
so ready. I love it. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. Um, so speaking of, we have a realtor coming to look at the house at my place on Friday to tell us how much we could maybe sell it for. I'm scared because I want it to be a very high number.
I'm praying that it is,
I want it to
truly.
be an astronomically high number. I want it to blow. I want the number to be so high it blows my pants off. You know what I mean?
Me too. I want it to be like 500,000. That's
Yeah.
what I'm manifesting for you.
Okay. Let's call it. Let's call it. I think yeah. I think it's gonna be a half a mil.
Yes.
Sure.
Especially, I mean, you're in a really nice area, so
Yes.
you've earned it. You've earned it,
We
sister.
are in a nice area. We are in a great
Mm-hmm.
area. Just not enough space, not enough space for the two of us was perfect, perfect
Mm-hmm.
place for me when I was single. Couldn't have been
Mm-hmm.
more perfect. But yeah,
Of course.
we just need a little more room now, and I'm trying to have a cow, and I can't have a cow in a condo.
No, you can't. That would be a good book title. Can't have a
Can't have a
cow
cow
in
in
a
a
condo.
condo.
I
You
love
know
that.
what? I gotta write that down because that's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Can't have a cow in a condo. Hmm.
It is. It's giving like work from home psychiatrist. It really is.
Yeehaw. Okay, tell us about the
Yeah.
feel-free energy drinks because I know nothing about it and I'm buckled in for this.
Yes. Okay. So this story hit my For You page. I have the Reddit threads pulled up on my other screen, but this story pulled up on my FYP and it was about these people that are fiending for, and I'll show you what it looks like if you guys are ever at a gas station, you see them, but they're like fiending for these drinks that are a blend of kava, kratom,
Kratom?
pineapple juice, kratom. Yes, that's the issue. Kratom is the issue, apparently, is what everybody's saying. Because it's giving them the sensation of feeling so good, so euphoric, giving them so much energy. It also has pineapple juice, iron, and stevia, but people were getting addicted to them coming in and they're kind of similar to the size of the 5 hour energy drinks, but they're coming in and they're getting like 5 to 6 a day and they are just like fiending for them.
Mm.
And there are now becoming all of these Reddit forums. There's ones about people having to like get sober from them, having to go to do like to rehab to get off of them. It's
Wow.
actually, yeah, it's really scary. Some people are saying that they are needing to like go see psychiatrists afterwards because they're feeling really like depressed and addicted to these drinks. Here's like a little snippet from Reddit. Um,
Never heard of this in my life.
I know it's crazy. I hadn't either, and it's so crazy. Okay, so the story that was on my For You page was a guy at a gas station, and there was a 14-year-old that was like haggling him, and he was like, hey man, like can you get me one of those feel free drinks? And he was like, feel free, like I don't know, like I don't know what that means. And he's like, no, like I'm sorry, I can't like buy you something, because the way he was acting was somebody that was like addicted. Like he was like kind of like, like weaning out.
Twitchy.
Like he was,
Twitchy.
yeah, twitchy. And he was like, no, like I'm sorry. Like I think he was walking into the gas station. He's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And the boy who's 14, so I guess there's no age limit on these, lunges at the man to try to steal his wallet. He was like, whoa, whoa. So he walks into the gas station and he goes up to the cashier, and he said, there's a boy that's kind of like haggling people outside of your establishment, begging for these drinks right here at the feel free drinks. And she's like, I know, like I wish that we would stop carrying them. People are becoming so addicted to them, and they're coming in and they're buying them 5 to 6 times a day. Like, I don't know what's going on. And they're like crashing out over them. And apparently, it's leading people, like, a lot of these forums are talking about how it's leading them to like to go to opiates, like to start buying, like,
Like a
yeah,
gateway drug
it's
to
insane.
opioids?
Yeah. It was marketed, the kratom drink was marketed as an alcohol alternative, and there are like insanely high amounts of kratom. So I guess that's the feeling. It was being sold as a botanic tonic, and it's sold as a miracle beverage that could help people trying to overcome addiction and embrace sobriety, having struggled with binge drinking, is like what they were trying to like sell it as an alcohol alternative. Somebody said they were unaware the drink contained kratom, a plant native to Southeast Asia that can produce feelings of energy, ease anxiety, and reduce pain, but carries a risk of addiction, seizures, and very rarely death. Since kratom is unregulated in the US, some products are sold in highly concentrated forms and could contain contaminants like heavy metals and harmful bacteria. What else?
Yikes.
So this was someone that got addicted to them. She was drinking up to 10 2-ounce bottles a day and spending around $100 daily. The company recommends consumers drink no more than a bottle daily. By then, she said her life revolved around the drink and she needed to make sure she had access to it wherever she went. So, and it also comes with withdrawals, which some consumers compare on social media to withdrawing from an opioid.
That's so scary.
So scary. So, yeah, if you guys are seeing these in gas stations, they are little blue bottles with feel free in white writing. Please stay away from them.
They're
Do
not
not
going to make
touch
you feel
them.
free. They're not going to make you feel
No,
free. Don't do it.
no. And anything that is like not regulated, and I don't know, that's a scary thing about some of these like vitamins and stuff, like, or anything that's marketed as like a do this instead of that. There's probably some addictions that you're gonna experience if it's an alcohol
I
alternative. I didn't know that.
I don't
It's
even know
crazy
how
though.
I feel about regulated to an extent. I don't know how I feel about regulated versus unregulated because I have such a trust issue with the FDA
Yeah.
because they allowed the prescribing of opiates and said that opiates were not addictive. That freaks me out. That makes me very much not
Yes.
them. And then all of the things that
Yeah.
are FDA approved. Food and Drug Administration approved, and then it's like, okay, but all these illnesses skyrocketing in our country, probably linking back to our food. So I really don't trust the
Mm-hmm.
FDA. Um,
Mm-mm.
but then also like unregulated stuff can be sketchy too. It's really just hard.
Yeah.
I think anything that you're putting into your body, you have to be thinking about it and being
Mm-hmm.
like mindful
Yeah.
about it. Like, is this going to be a positive thing for me to put in my body or not? And regardless of what like the FDA or whoever says, I think you have to like take the personal responsibility to look into that.
Yeah, I think so too. And also like I think our country is one of the like has the most flimsy rules about what they allow. A lot of other
Probably.
countries have already gotten rid of red dyes, and we
Mm,
still have a lot of ours in like over-the-counter medicines and foods. And, they're finding a lot of correlation with children with dyes in their foods and
mhm.
causing, ADHD to be recognized sooner. And there's just like a lot of correlations to like, a lot of negative things in kids' foods. And it's just like, for what? Like, who cares if
Seriously.
I mean, I'd rather buy like fresh food and make my kids their own Lunchables and their own Uncrustables. Like, even like they were finding lead in the
Yeah.
Uncrustables. It's like,
It's a
ew.
huge issue. I mean, just even, and it's like a huge rabbit hole too, because think about like
Mm-hmm.
girls starting their periods earlier. That
Mm-hmm.
they're thinking that that could be linked because of like hormones in our meats and our food. Hormones, like
Mm-hmm.
the animals are on hormones to make them get fat quicker and easier, and then we're eating them, and then it's making girls start their periods earlier. Well, that's not good necessarily.
Mm-mm.
No, you don't necessarily want that. Think about if you think about it at like a deeper level too, with the period starting earlier, well, you only have a certain number of eggs. You're born with like a finite number of eggs. So you're going to have a certain number of periods and you're going to have a certain number of
Mm-hmm.
months of fertility. That's
Mm-hmm.
assigned to you basically at birth. Um,
Right.
and I don't know that much about fertility, but you know what I mean. So
Mm-hmm.
if girls are starting their periods 2 years earlier on this end, then that's 2 years younger that they're gonna be like not childbearing age anymore, you know? Like you're gonna be starting
Right.
if you're starting
Mm-hmm.
your
Yep.
period earlier, you're gonna start perimenopause earlier, you're gonna start menopause earlier,
Right.
you're gonna be not able to have children earlier. And now with people waiting, a lot of people are waiting until they are older and more established and financially established to
Mm-hmm.
start having kids. So I definitely think that if they're worried about the birth rate, because I did see some things this week about the birth rate going down, which good job, ladies. I'm proud of us.
Go, ladies.
Proud of us.
As we should.
But if you are somebody who is wanting to have a baby and if you are pushing the pro-life agenda, I definitely think that early menstruation and figuring that out and the hormones, I think
Mm-hmm.
people should be working on figuring that out for our young ladies.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I totally agree. I went to a very like country elementary school and middle school in West Virginia, and me and like all of the girls that ate school lunches, we all had our periods at 10 years old. Yeah, I had my period
Mhm.
10. And I remember thinking I was so young. Like this was like I knew it was coming. Like I could feel it in my body, the way my body was developing. And it was actually wild. Like when I was at that school, like I had like C cups in my chest. And then when I like leveled out as a teenager, I was like a 34B, like all of high school. But I just remember being like so busty, so curvy. And I was 10 years old and like getting hit on by 16-year-olds at the skating rink and just like
Yeah,
was so developed at such a young age. And all of the girls were that I was in school with. And it was very, I mean, it definitely led to like I knew a lot of girls in middle school that got pregnant, that
right.
got married. because West Virginia is like another world, baby. Like I knew 14-year-olds getting married to 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like it was spooky stuff. And like all of that, I mean, I think we as like our generation did a lot to be very proactive, and of course the generation before us because they were the ones like producing our media, but like Teen Mom I think really helped. Like I think, giving like stories and putting it into the media and showing that it's not like glorified, and I think it really did help a lot of young women like kind of reprioritize.
Do you think that um whenever I think the average age used for starting menstruation, I think it used to be between like 13 and 15. I could be off. But I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what it like used to be, maybe in the
Yeah.
80s, I don't know, 80s, 90s, I don't know. Seems
Mm-hmm.
like probably 30, 50. Do you think that not starting your period until you were 13, 14, or 15 years old, do you think that evolutionary wise, do you think that was um your body's way of or nature's way of protecting girls from getting pregnant at like 10? Like way
Probably.
back. I'm talking about like way back in like
Yeah.
the old times.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was only like 1920 that's like 100 years ago that men could literally marry children like in the US.
I feel like that may have been nature's way of protecting girls from getting pregnant. I mean,
Totally
obviously to get pregnant still at like 13, 14, 15 would still be very hard and
traumatic, yeah.
difficult, but not as much as like 10.
Yeah, no. I
What
was like
do you think about that?
truly the most sexualized from like 10 to 16 years old. And then it really did die down, which I always find really odd. And I notice it in so much media. I notice it on social media that like girls from the ages to 10 to 16 are so incredibly sexualized, so infantilized. Like there's a lot of weirdness around that like specific age.
Mm.
And I mean, I think it's because this country's full of perverts, but
Yeah, I don't like that.
I think the whole world is full of perverts, but I don't understand like I don't know. I don't understand it. I feel like a lot of other countries that aren't that way, like their countries thrive because they're focusing on the right things, which is like looking at every person as like an individual, not like objectifying. And I just think we're failing a lot of like young girls by just making them like it really, really messed with my mind being so sexualized as a
I'm sure.
girl. Like the first thing my ninth grade science teacher ever said to me when I like came up and asked for help with a lab, he was like, "Oh, Caroline, like you don't need to worry about this. Like the way that you look, like you'll never have to, know this stuff." And I was like so into science. Like I wanted to like be a scientist.
That's disgusting.
Oh my God. And his like background on his camera was like all the cheerleaders like at
I
our
know.
school. Like, and he's still teaching. And he's still teaching at now a middle school. Like we did everything we could. Like my class, like we did everything we could. We made like a forum. I wish that I would have reported him when it happened, but like I was kind of shamed by another student, and I was like a new kid too. Like, but one of the girls that really liked him, she was like, "No, like he's my favorite teacher." So like I never said anything. But my mom, she was very supportive. She was like, "Whatever you want to do, like I support you." But
Yeah,
yeah, it was super traumatic, and
definitely.
it was really gross. Men are
That's
really,
really gross. I
yeah.
can't speak to school because I didn't go.
Yeah, honestly, thank God, because look how traumatizing it was. Every year, I could tell you a horror story.
What I can speak to is the church and youth
Yes,
pastors.
girl. Yes, girl.
Youth pastors, baby. And let me tell you something, as an adult woman, and I work with kids some to an extent,
Hmm.
and I, I'm here to say I can't think of really one single reason, good reason
Hmm.
why like an adult man would want to spend time with teenage girls.
So much time. Like all your free time. So much time.
So
Why?
this is what I think. This is how I think it should be. As someone who grew up solidly in the church, and then as someone who just has like common sense and decent,
Mhm.
I get the whole youth group vibe, right?
Totally.
You
Hmm.
want you like you're in the church and you want the teens to associate together. I think that that's great. I think youth group is
Hmm.
actually great. What
Hmm.
I don't think is great is it being a man leading everybody in the youth group.
Hmm.
I think youth group is great, but I think it's got to be the woman can lead the girl. There can be a woman leading the girls, and there can be a man
Hmm.
leading the boys because an adult man should not be wanting.
All that time. No,
Nope.
that's, yeah, no, that's how my siblings are very active in the church. And that's how theirs is. Like, my
Yeah.
sister is an appropriate age. She's like 22, and she does like the girls like leadership. And then my brother is an appropriate age. He's like 32, and
Mhm.
he handles like, and he's, married. I just think there's like specific elements that need to be happening to even be in a leadership role.
For
Like, you
sure.
need to be like filling out an application. You can't just
For
be
sure.
like a suave, like, it's weird. Like, it's weird. Like, what do you're grooming children, like.
It's so weird. And just as a woman who used to be a girl, I can
Mhm.
fully, with my full chest, say there's nothing that an adult man who's not related to this girl, to a teenage girl, you're not her family, you're just a man. There's
Mhm.
nothing that that man has to offer a teenage girl that is
Mhm.
good. That is good. You have nothing good to offer her. Like she needs to be have a female role model lead to look up to. She needs to be looking up to women. She needs to be hearing from women who've gone what she's gone through. Like I have no idea how it got whose idea it was to have just a grown man leading teenage girls and boys.
Yeah,
No,
no. Mm-mm.
no, no. And likewise, I don't think probably a 25 or 30-year-old woman probably doesn't have much to offer high school boys.
I
And
agree.
she probably doesn't want to hang out with a bunch of high school boys.
Yeah.
I mean, of
It,
course, you're going to have those random sick outliers, of course. You're always
of
going to have those,
course.
but like on the average, no.
Mhm. And for mentorship, like, specifically, no.
Guidance, leadership.
Hmm.
An adult man does not need to be in that role for teenage girls. I'll say it with my whole chest. People will hate it. People will absolutely be like, I don't care. I'm saying
Mm-mm.
it. That's the truth. And if you
Yeah.
don't like it, you need to think about why you don't.
Yeah, truly. And also, like, yeah, again, like, age, you need to be an appropriate age to be in that kind of leadership. You need to have appropriate skills to be in that kind of leadership.
Mm,
Like, there are just so many things that are hidden behind the church that I have a real
totally.
qualm with. And I was kicked out of every Bible study I've attended because I just like have a lot of questions. And
Mm,
you know, I would never have ill intent, truly. I think Jesus was a super cool dude. I think he was a healer. I'm a healer. You're a healer. Like,
mhm.
I like think he was awesome, but like, all of the other things happening around Jesus, the stories aren't lining up, baby. They're not. And a bunch of men were telling those stories. I
What
need
you
to
guys
hear a woman's story in the Bible. Thank you so much. Not just from a prostitute. Thank you so much.
what the church is doing is, and then like who you read about in the Bible, Jesus was not,
Hmm.
not computing. You know what I mean? Like absolutely just not.
No.
But yeah, I think the concept is great. And I think that the obviously youth group girls, youth group boys, like if they go to their activities together, yes. Get to know each
Yes.
other, yes. Date, yes. But when it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty and you're wanting to teach a lesson or you're wanting to do group devotions or you're want
Yeah.
girls and boys,
Totally.
girls and boys,
Hmm.
they're not going through the same shit. They're
No,
not going through the same shit. And they need girls need girls and boys
truly.
need boys.
Yeah.
And you can also, and when you do that, you also protect the girls from the men.
Yeah, no, literally. And it's just like, and like good women and good men, it's just
Totally.
like, oh, it's really frustrating because I feel like I would have a completely different life if my life at the beginning wasn't so male centered. If I had more female leadership, if I had more people in my corner that were just like, you're so smart, you're so good at this, it
Mhm.
was just like I felt like a doll constantly throughout my like earlier years. And then it's also really confusing as when you do become like out of that, like not even trying to be like, oh, like I was pretty, like feel bad for me, but it's just like when you come out of that age and then you're like not like a focal point anymore for your looks, you're like, okay, well, what do I have to offer now? It's very like confusing as a young woman as your brain's developing. That was like, I was sexy when I was 10 through 16, and now I'm old at 25. Like, that's weird and confusing. And
Definitely.
it doesn't, and like that's what we truly see on our media. Like people, they say that an actress is old. Like we're seeing it not just in our real lives, but we're also seeing it in media, and it's very weird and
I
it's
think so.
confusing.
I think so much of that is tied. Okay, it's tied to perverts
Yeah,
at like a young
totally.
age, totally.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second thing I think it's tied to is fertility and this like underlying societal theme that women are really only here and what we're here to do is to have babies.
Truly.
Because it gets so much like, yeah, you turn 25, you're still hot, and then you turn 30, and it's like, you're not hot anymore. And then 35, it's like, oh, well, you probably need to worry about your man like trading you in for a younger model, right? Like,
Yes.
and that
Mm-hmm.
kind of goes with fertility too. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, when you're 20, you
Mm-hmm.
know, you might not actually be, but societally, it's like you're really fertile.
Yeah, it's
And
weird.
then 25, you still are. And then 30, it's like, maybe. And then 35, if you get pregnant, they're like geriatric pregnancy. You know what I mean?
Which
Like,
is crazy because you're like, you're so young at
I'm
35. Like,
16. What are you,
yes,
what are you talking
I'm
about?
16 years old.
I have actually no idea what you speak of this. And then like if somebody is 40 and they're having a baby, and people are like shitting their pants.
Senior
And it's
citizen
like
in a
there's
wheelchair.
like that's fine. We still
Yeah.
can't, and that's something that men absolutely don't deal with at all. But
Mm-mm.
if anything, men gain value and gain status as they get older.
Mm-hmm.
And that may have something to do, underlying theme here, like they can make a baby until the day they croak. Like
Literally.
juice it out of them. If you can juice it out of them, you can have their baby.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like those things are correlated.
I think they really are. I actually just had this kind of like debate with my husband and his friend the other night where we were talking about last names and carrying last names. And I was like, it's actually quite confusing because a lot of kings had, because I used to be a history major when I first went to college, and a lot of kings had so many wives and so many children with so many wives. And it was quite confusing of who their actual mother was because they all had the same last name. And in that sense, it would have made a lot more sense for them to carry on their mother's last name to understand who they came from, because sometimes they never even knew who their mother was because the king would get remarried, the mother might be unalived. And it's just like so weird that I don't know. It's just like what our autonomy is just so throughout history is so non-existent, and it's very odd. And I think a lot of it kind of has to do with religion because when the Christian faith was brought onto the scene, it was the first male dominated religion. Like that book I was talking about, When God Was a Woman.
Mhm.
And it talks about how like a lot of like female based like goddess religions were destroyed by the faith. And I think it's centered all, like sometimes I'm like, what if we're doing it backwards? Like, because I know some men that are so good at like hair and nails and like and homemaking and cooking and like and
Mhm.
they have this like different feminine energy when they tap into it. And then there's some women, like I have chills, there's some women that are so like boss and they're so like math smart, and I'm like, I think about that all the time, like what if we're doing it the wrong way? Like what if it's opposite? Like like I know so many men that are just so much more like want to be home or much more chill, like
Yeah.
happy to be home, and women are happy to work. I don't know, it's just like
I think
I
we just
wonder
need to
that.
be more open-minded to both. I think that
Both,
whenever
yeah,
whenever people say like, "Oh, I work and my husband stays at home," I think that that should be way more cause way less shock.
totally.
Why is that
Like
causing shock?
as soon as I hear that, I'm like, hot girl shit. Love that. I love that for
I'm
you. I know
like,
you're happy, and I know your man's so happy because you guys are doing what you want to fucking do. That's all I want to know. I
I'm
love that.
like that's great. I think it's on an individual basis because you do have a lot of dudes that are real
Dudes,
alphas.
totally,
They're just-
totally, yeah.
I mean, think about the military.
Yeah, my I will say
Well,
my algorithm is set to me. So like I see a lot of like girly
you-
pop things 24/7.
yeah, like there's a lot of like dude bros,
Totally. And I
dude
love that for
bro
them. If they're
alphas.
happy, I love it.
We do. We surely do. But yeah, I think that we just need to be like accepting of individual journeys.
Yeah,
And
because
and if
yeah.
they change over time, because I'm a lot softer now than I
Hmm.
was 5 years ago.
Oh, me too. Absolutely.
Because I'm not fighting for my fucking life. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
we're,
Yeah.
we're okay, and also like I have a very supportive partner, which, I didn't have. So
Right.
like I definitely am softer now. So I think that it can ebb and flow too throughout like your life.
Hmm.
Because I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe there'll be like another time in my life that I'll just be like, balls to the walls.
Totally. Yeah,
You
no.
don't know.
I'm a lot softer because I gave birth to a man. And you know what? That literally changed things in my brain chemistry. And it really made me like have a lot of empathy for men because I look at my son and I see his interest, like his natural interest. And I really, really, really mourn a lot of men's childhood because of it. I
Mm.
feel like men have been forced to be so hard when they are genuinely so soft, possibly even softer than us. And like
Oh, yeah.
having a son versus having a daughter and seeing them at similar ages,
Mhm.
truly seeing, like, you know what I mean?
In a lot
Yeah.
of ways. In a lot
A
of
lot of
ways.
ways.
Men are softer than women, but it's just that one, it's always going to come down to that one thing and where
Right.
it's like the physical strength.
Of course, of
They
course.
are always men are always going to be physically stronger than women for the most part. Of course, there's outliers.
Yeah.
Of
Hmm.
course.
Of course, yeah.
But as a whole majority, that's that's nature. That's,
Hmm.
I don't know, biology.
Yeah.
So I think that gets taken and people just take that and they're just like, oh, men are strong. There's like
Yeah.
psychologically, women are so much stronger than men.
Yeah. And like, I think, and that's again where I'm like, maybe some things are like a little backwards because like some of like the way that men that like were never shamed out of their empathy, some of the way that they carry empathy, I notice that they have empathy differently than we do, you know? It's almost like less of a bias in their empathy. And like women can sometimes hold empathy and like there's like this weird bias, but like sometimes a man that's never been shamed out of his feminine energy, I don't know, it's just different. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but I think that there's this softness that's been taken away from men, and that is sometimes what I worry about with dude bros. I'm like, I hope that dude bro isn't shamed into being that, like that
I
show
hope not to.
overcompensating,
I
you
hope not
know.
to, but I do tend to think that dude bros, like I
There's
tend to
always like
think,
1 in 5, you know. There's that one boy that's in the middle, and he's so soft and he's so sweet, and he's like, "Are you okay, buddy?"
But
Are these
like,
men bothering you?
but I tend to think that that's not like the real dude broness. I tend to think that that's not something you could bully somebody into for life. Like you may be
Yeah,
able to do, you may be able to bully them into it maybe in like high school, but I don't know. I have a really hard time thinking that you could bully someone so hard that they became a dude bro for life.
true. Have you watched Overcompensating yet? Because
No.
this would, oh my God, you so have to. But this is like Benny Blanco, his like origin story. He was a literal dude bro through high school, and then he gets to college and he comes out and
See, he
he's
comes
like,
out of it.
yes, he
See,
does.
I
But he
think,
was such a dude bro in high school. Like true story. He was such, and he's like, actually, I've been gay this whole time. Like I was lying. I'm not a dude bro. But he was the ultimate dude bro, you know?
yeah. There's a
Yeah.
lot of dude bros that are really happy to be dude bros.
Oh my God, yeah. And I love that for them. And I hope they're having so much fun. But like
Having
there's no
one thought at a time.
everyone done.
I hope you guys are having fun with your one singular thought at a time. Maybe one thought every 5 to 10 minutes. That's crazy.
Yeah. But if you are memorizing like all of the Nicki Minaj lyrics and thinking about like wearing stilettos and
You
like
can
doing
come
your
hang out with
nails.
us.
Yeah, like you
We,
might not be a dude bro. You might be a girly pop and you don't have to be a dude bro.
you don't.
If you're thinking about what we're thinking about, you don't have to be a dude bro.
You do not have to be a dude bro. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. No matter how many Nicki Minaj lyrics they know or how good they look in a dress, they're still gonna be stronger than us.
Totally. And honestly, we'll use that to our advantage. Like you'll make me feel safe when I go out. You'll tell me I'm pretty. You'll do
Yes,
all of the right things. And
yes.
I will use your strength to my advantage.
That is the crazy thing about men. I don't know what it is. Like they can be like the most out of shape, not even having
Hmm.
worked out, and they can lift, just pick up something incredibly heavy.
It's insane. No, I truly feel like that's going to be my son because he is like the biggest 3 year old I've ever met in my life. Like he's the size of a 6, 7 year old. And he is the softest, like purest little like butterfly in the world. And he's going to be just like, hey guys, what's up? But he's
I
just
can't
gonna
wait.
have the pure, like he's gonna be just the softest, like giant, like such a gentle giant. And
I
it's
can't
gonna be great.
wait for him to be like writing poems and mucking in his muck boots.
Well, you know what? His we it's funny because his dad wrote me a poem on the second day of talking to me. So it would be very on brand
I
for
think
my son.
I very much think he's gonna write poems. I love it. Well, speaking of brothers, what do we think about Amy Bradley's brother?
Brother. I didn't have much thought about her brother. What did you think
Did
about her
you
brother?
think it was weird that his name is Brad Bradley? Because I did.
You know, her family was so incredible to me in so many ways. Like their tenacity is
Her mom.
something,
Yeah, her
oh
mom.
my God. And just the way uh like this is like again where I'm just like what kind like are we living in purgatory? Because what kind of world where there's like parents like this that yearn for their child, and then there's the opposite end where somebody like is trying to do everything to get rid of their child. And like how can we live in a world like this where like parents like that like never get to know what happened to their daughter? That just it rocked my soul. I feel so
I
sad
thought
for the
that
parents.
documentary was so interesting. I was
So interesting.
disgusted, disgusted to my core when they said the part about people like leaving like false tips, or they would like
Hmm.
leave messages and say, "Oh, like we saw her here," and she
Yeah,
would
that's messed up because her
that
parents were so like down to try and look
to any
everywhere.
coordinates. That was disgusting to me. I couldn't take it. So, what do you think happened to her?
Okay, so like the pictures
Hmm.
in 2005, I really felt like looked like her. Like that really freaked me out. So but I don't know. I don't know if she died on the boat. Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe she did get trafficked, but I don't feel like she made it past like early 2000s because things definitely like it seemed like the last time she was like seen by like an actual real person was like 2007 or something. So
Mhm.
maybe she didn't, I don't know. It would be weird to think that, like they were saying at the end, like it would be crazy if she was just like literally in the Bahamas or whatever, and her family's just like right there in the US because it's really not a far like you can get there. You know what I mean? Like it's not that hard to get back into the country from like where they were, I feel like they were going back and forth all the time. So I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know what happened to her, but I don't, something about me doesn't fully believe her brother and her dad about that night.
Yeah, it is confusing, right? Like how they saw her and then the door,
I
everything.
feel like she maybe never came back to the room that night. That's
Mm,
my thought. My thought and my feeling is that she never came back to the room that night. Like she was out partying with her brother and then she was gone.
hmm.
But he says that she came back and, they're saying the key card and stuff.
The key card,
Well,
yeah.
he
He came
he could
back.
have left the room and to go check on her or something and then
Hmm.
came back and did the key card and then said, he was very young and I feel like he might have been scared about getting in trouble that he like lost her because
Yeah,
he probably
that's
felt like he
true.
was supposed to be looking out for her. They're on a cruise ship, they're drinking, whatever. I don't really believe him that she came back to the room. And then I think that the dad trying to cover for the brother by saying that he saw her out on the balcony.
Yeah, because they really did look so similar. It could have been her brother that he saw on the balcony. There's
I just don't think she went back to the room
maybe he grabbed her belongings and like put them out on the deck.
or they could have been there from
True, right? Yeah, they've
before.
been staying there for a few days.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she ever went back to the room. I think her brother
Mm,
lost track of her, which is fine. He's not
which
his
is
job to
fine.
babysit her, but I do
Hmm.
understand why he would feel like it was, and I understand why he would feel, I do understand why he would lie.
Right. I do
Because
think
the
they were
parent,
trying to score drugs. I do when they said like they were like, "Oh yeah, like we'll go here and we'll get the drugs." Like that is very like we've talked about like how in different countries they have more access to things. Like I really do think that she was like she's a college girl. I could totally see her like she just graduated college, like she was early 20s. I could totally see her going to get weed or
I would be looking
like
for drugs if I was on a cruise with my parents.
with my super religious and I just came out and I'm like I'm miss my girlfriend and I'm trying to write postcards to her. Maybe she got off to get some weed and some postcards. Like I don't know. It's like that's the annoying thing about like the timing of it all is like I think a lot of things were probably like shameful, like oh she was a lesbian.
Yeah,
Like when they
and
were like she's a lesbian, I'm like I'm just be shocked. Like of course she's a fucking
yeah,
lesbian. Look at her.
I I think that the brother was scared to say I lost track of Amy. She didn't come back last night. I think he was scared of his parents. And
Right.
then the dad, I think, I think he just made that up to
Yeah.
corroborate with the brother. And
Hmm.
then that takes everything like off of them. Um,
Yeah.
I really don't. That, I don't know why I just felt like the dad and the brother were lying. But I do think that I don't think that they did anything like bad to her. I just think they
Yeah, me neither.
were coming back to the room. I don't think she came back. I think she was out with that guy Yellow, and then those girls
Hmm.
saw her at 5:50 walking
Hmm.
around. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't think. And I do think that they have an intense amount of like grief, the mom, dad, and brother. But yeah,
Yeah, because
I think they were just partying and he just lost track of her.
yeah, I'm sure I mean, it's something I could totally see a brother or sister that are super close being like, hey, I'm gonna go try to get some weed for us. Like, or whatever, like so we can, or just like be like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go get us some stuff." And like, no, Amy, come back. It's like, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go with him. And like, and like cover for me, you know what I mean? Like I could totally see it being like that.
Well, and maybe whenever the brother originally said, like, yeah, she came in, um, maybe at that time they didn't know that this was like a big deal. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe he didn't realize how big of a deal, like, lying about that could potentially be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he came back to the room at three, two, three, whatever. Then I think around four, whatever time it was that the key card went in again. I think he went out to try to. I think he probably was like, no, like where is she? I shouldn't have
Yeah.
left her. I shouldn't have left her out there. I think he went to go look for her, couldn't find her.
Mm-hmm.
Said she came back. She didn't. And then I don't know if the
Yeah,
dad.
because she was very much alone on that video dancing. Like her brother wasn't around when she was dancing with Yellow
Right.
in that
He had already
video.
gone. He had already gone.
Yeah,
He did go back before her, but I think he probably
right,
just laid there and was like, "Oh, I probably, she's really drunk.
right. Got nervous.
Left her out
Mm-hmm.
there." Um, that's what I think. And then I don't know why the dad says he saw her on the balcony. Maybe it was just his imagination, or he wanted to corroborate for the brother after they did figure out that she was really like gone. Maybe he really wanted to make the brother's alibi stronger to make
Yeah.
sure he wasn't looked into.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I do not think that she came back, was out on the balcony, and then 10 minutes after her dad saw her, she was gone, never heard from again.
Yeah,
Because
no.
it's not like they had cell phones, right? It's not like she was out on the balcony and somebody's texting her, like, come
Yeah.
me here. No,
No, the window of time from the 5:30 to 6, the whole time made no sense. And as a parent, like as a sleepy parent, like sometimes when you look over and you like see shoes or you see something, it like you're just like, oh, like they're right there. Like, and
yeah,
you're like, you're not awake, It's
yeah.
like I'll say to the kids all the time, I'm like, didn't I just see you there? Like, no, my back was there, my coat was there, but I'm over here. You know what I mean? It's just like that's very parent coded to be like,
And
but man,
I definitely think that it had something to do with like, I really think that the mom, especially, probably would have freaked out on the son if he was like, hey, yeah, I came back about 3 o'clock. I left
yeah,
Amy.
they're so old school, like they're
Yeah,
so conservative, like,
I
oh,
don't think she would have been, I don't think she would have been cool with that.
yeah, no,
I,
it's just it's
even
so
though
devastating.
they seemed somewhat chill now, but
Mm-hmm.
it's been however
Yeah,
many
now
years.
they're like, whatever, like I'm open to anything,
But I
like come
just
back.
feel, yeah, I feel like in that time, if the brother would have told the mom that, she would have freaked out.
Oh, totally. I mean, and it's just it sucks too to know that after like their whole lives stopped the day they came, and which I get. Like as a parent, like the only reason I go to bed peacefully every night is because my kids are in bed at home. Like I can't imagine like oh, I don't even say it out loud. I just can't imagine coming back home without one of my children. Like
Yeah.
it is the worst thought in the world, like ever. Like my life would I would be the same.
Mhm.
I would be just like her. Like when the way that she was, I would be just like her. It would be my whole world. Like goodbye to all my friends unless they want to like do this with me for the rest of my life because I wouldn't be able to chill out. Like that's all I could do,
I think it would have been much easier on them if they would have,
a body. Mm,
yeah, if
yeah,
or
100%.
even now, if they even knew now that she was dead, I think.
That's what they'll need to have peace, totally. Like they would need remains. They need closure. They have no closure. And we have no closure. Like I'm like, damn, you're just gonna dump this on us, Netflix, and just like, okay, thanks. Like they were
No,
like,
really
actually,
sorry.
nothing's done. Actually, nothing's, and I'm like, wow, this was not necessary to do to us.
So sad. No, it was such a
It was
sad story.
so sad. I sobbed like at the end, and just like that familial love that she had and the friends. Oh my God, she had great friends. She had a great girlfriend. And she had a little puppy. I'm just like, wow, this is so fucking depressing.
But she was certainly, I think, from the letter in the bottle is giving depressed.
Oh, yeah, that letter was like, and very much like my frontal lobe is not developed. I am like, I need connection. I feel very alone in my
That
shame.
part, that
Mm-hmm.
letter in the bottle did make me think maybe she just went in the water.
The letter in the bottle was crazy. And the whole like, oh, I got chills. The symbolism of it all, like that was like for it to end that way. I'm like, what do you mean there's a letter in a bottle and it references everything that happened in her disappearance? Like
Yeah.
when she
So
said, I feel like I'm
that
an
part,
ocean away from you was crazy.
that part definitely made me think
Hmm.
in the
It
water.
was filmed beautifully. Like I really the time that they took to like it was the story was like I love that's why I love a docu-series like more than I love any because it's just like the effort and the art of a series like that is
Story.
beautiful. Yeah, I love a story. I love that.
They
That
have to have
was
each person in the right spot.
yeah. Oh my, and that's what they did. They like
Yeah.
categorized it
So
like so you could think like you were just thinking the
they
whole
brought
time.
in, yeah, they brought in the weird guy next door. They
Mhm.
brought in
Oh yeah.
Yellow. They
Mm-hmm.
brought in the fact that she was a lesbian at the right time.
Yeah, the
You
timing.
know, but it was definitely, I think that she was struggling
Mm-hmm.
with her sexuality perhaps as well,
Yeah,
because she was on Yellow. She was on
she
that guy.
was. And honestly, like, I don't know how to word this in the right way. Sometimes I think people that have personalities larger than life, sometimes it can be better for them to be encapsulated in the time frame that they were larger than life, because then it's like, of course, I think that she deserved her whole life that she had. But I think also if that was a choice that she did make and she was depressed, like I don't know, sometimes it's like, do you know what just what I'm saying makes sense? Do you know what I mean?
Like that's how
Like
she should be remembered.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like she took control of that narrative. Like this is who I'll always be,
yeah.
I'll never be disappointment when I'm 40 or it won't like she's just like a letter in a bottle. Like she's encapsulated in
I
this time where she
yeah,
was the number one
all these good
everything.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of felt like that at the end where it was just like, I mean, she's going to live on in their stories forever.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that wasn't her life though. I hope that wasn't pictures of her and I hope she didn't become an escort
I hope
enslaved.
not too. That would be literally so
Oh,
crazy. And I know it happened. I mean, I know it happens. I
it's
get it.
terrible. Yeah.
But just how crazy that would be to be so close. And another thing I wonder too, like if she was trafficked, why would they keep her at all these cruise ports
Yeah, that's
where
wild
she's
because
going to be seen by Americans nonstop?
and she seemed really like smart. Like I feel like if
I
she
would take
hustled
her
her
away.
way,
Like if I was trafficking her, I would take her like to a remote
yeah.
cruise ship port.
Yeah, not right there where her family is like, and I get it, like, yeah, it's like a rough area. They were saying like outside of the resort worlds, but like still like to be so close, like I just feel it felt like she was really smart. Like I feel like if she was alive, like she would have done whatever she could to,
Mhm.
unless they really like they did say, unless she was so scared that they would really hurt her family. But I mean, for her to stay away because of that thought, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just like so many theories. It was a lot.
A lot. I agree. But really well done.
Really well done. Loved it. I would
Um,
watch it again, honestly.
GLP-1 update.
Yes, that's a good one.
I've lost 9 pounds and 8 inches
Oh my
and
gosh.
2% of my body fat. And this is why it's so important to track more than your pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I see people and also just when you're on one of these journeys, like not comparing yourself to other people because other
Yeah.
people like I see there's one girl that I follow. Her name is Brandis. She's a makeup artist and a lawyer, and she lives either in Kentucky or Tennessee, I'm not sure. She's
Wow.
been terzepatide for 10 weeks and she's lost 40 pounds.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
And it's like going, I'm following her journey and like it's going great. But actually what she's actually taking the medication for is I believe that somebody in her close family had Alzheimer's, and there's been
Mhm.
some studies that show that the GLP-1 may help prevent that. So, see, that's why she's on
Hmm.
it, is
That's
trying to prevent,
interesting.
like, but I mean, she's losing weight too. But anyway, what I'm saying is, like, you need to track your inches and your body fat and, like, other things besides your pounds. And also, you need to, like, not compare yourself to other people so much because a lot of people drop weight so fast on this. I
Totally.
mean, like 20 pounds in a month, you know? And so
Hmm.
you have to look at that and be like, for me, I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm doing great because when I started taking the medicine, like my diet was not bad.
Hmm.
I haven't made big changes to my diet.
Right. Exactly. And that's so vital.
Like,
Like,
so take into consideration, like, do you have a medical condition that you're taking it for? Are you taking it for weight loss purely? Or do you also have a medical condition where like your body is fighting you? Because like,
right.
yeah, I mean, I've lost 9 pounds in 8 weeks. A lot of people lose a lot more than that quickly, but like my body is fighting, you know.
It's like
Fighting.
battling. Yeah, you're like you've found out what the ailment is, and
Yeah.
now you're like challenging the ailment.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes. So I want to be like that spark of hope for some girls who are like on the GLPs, who are losing weight slowly and consistently,
Hmm.
and they're really focused on getting well and
Yeah.
wellness. And I just want to be like a spark for them because it can be hard when you're working at it and you're like, okay, well, at this rate, it's going to take me a long time to get
Yeah.
where I need to be. And then
Hmm.
you see somebody who's lost, 100 pounds in 10 months. And
Yeah.
you're like, okay,
Hmm.
good for that's if that's what was good for them, I'm really happy for them. That's great. But you've got to take into consideration that we are all different. We're on different medications. We have different health issues. Some people are on it for blood sugar things.
All right. Well, and it really is about consistency. I mean, speaking as someone that had rapid weight loss, I lost 40 pounds in 8 weeks and I gained it all back plus 50. Like you can rapidly lose weight at any point in your life and you can gain it all back in a
Mhm.
year, in 2 years. But real consistent change is slow and steady and small changes and like you said, non-scale victories
Mhm.
measuring your inches,
Oh,
measuring your body fat. Like it's not I don't mean this to like be it's not hard to lose weight fast if you're doing it the wrong way, you
mhm.
know? But like if you're doing it the right way, it should be a little challenging because
Right.
it's not rapid change, you
And then
know?
you also, like, if you're somebody who's losing it a little bit slower, like myself,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at people who it's just like it's dropping off. Like every time you see them, you're like, you look skinnier.
Yeah.
You see them
Mm-hmm.
like, you're like, damn.
Yeah.
But they could, I mean, who knows, dude? They could be having diarrhea. They could be having
Yeah.
vomiting. They
They
could
could be eating like just chicken, rice, and broccoli
they
three
could
times a
be
day, like I do.
having yeah, they could be having nausea that's keeping them from being able to eat.
Yeah.
You
Their
don't
hair could be falling out.
Yeah, you never know like what's going on with somebody else. So just
Mm-hmm.
girls, guys, gays, whoever is on a GLP, if you're having any positive result,
Mm-hmm.
take it, baby. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how happy I mean, I know it's taken 8 weeks. I can't tell you. I'm like ecstatic to have lost 9 pounds.
Mm-hmm. I can see
There's
it. Like I can see it in your face. And I mean, I only see you from the shoulders up, but I can see changes. And they always say like you see it in the face, but I can see it in the face. Like I
there's
see it.
no way I would have over the last 8 weeks, there's no way I would have lost 9 pounds if I'm not on this medicine.
Yeah, I think you'd be like fighting, like still trying to figure out like
Yeah.
even if you were eating the exact same, I think you
Because
would
I
still be
am
like,
eating, I mean, now don't get
well,
me
yeah.
wrong. Some days, yeah, I'm eating less. Like today, yeah, I definitely ate less today because I just was like having a hard time finding something that sounded like good to eat.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Um, and you'll have that, and that's okay. But yeah, you don't just take your journey like at your pace, and whether it's 0.2 pounds or whether it's 2 pounds or whether it's 4 pounds a week, take it. And
Right.
I mean, for me, I definitely know that a lot of what I've lost is inflammation
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
8 inches,
Mm-hmm.
but only 9 pounds.
Yeah. No,
What?
you're, and
That's a
that's
oh
like a positive change. Like that as a like past personal trainer,
yeah.
that is what you want to see. You want to see inches. You want to see it in a metabolic way. You don't want to see it all in like a skinny fat way, like we've talked about. Like you want to see it in the muscles because they weigh the same, but they're shaped differently. Lean muscle gains
Totally.
are where
Because
it's at.
that's what I mean, if you're taking the medication for PCOS, at least I can't speak for other conditions, I can only speak for PCOS, but
Of
if you are
course.
taking it for PCOS, like that's what you're trying to make. You're trying to make metabolic
Yes.
and hormonal shifts. That's what you're trying
Mhm.
to do. Like I'm am I tr I'm trying to lose weight only in a roundabout way. The only reason I'm trying to lose weight is because that's what needs to happen for my hormones to get in line.
Mhm.
But what I'm trying to do is have regular periods and
Yes.
have, not insulin resistance and to have normal inflammation markers. That is what I'm actually trying to do. I just have to lose weight as a stepping stone to get there.
Totally. And I think you are on the right path for sure. And I really want to get that scale that you have. And I like hate scales, but that scale sounds really fun. Like I'm gonna try to put a sample in and see if I can get a
It's
snack
nice.
one.
You should. Because I so appreciate having that data. I appreciate it even before being on the GLP. I appreciated having it because
Hmm.
if you're like up weight, but then you can just tell that it's just water. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm good. Okay, I'm retaining for my period or whatever.
Hmm.
Especially if you have PCOS or something where you don't have regular periods. And so that would really irk me really bad. It'd be like, why am I just up 2 pounds for absolutely no reason because you don't really know
Hmm.
when your period's coming? That can just take that out of your mind.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's such a good idea. And also like such a healing idea too, as someone that like suffered with eating disorders and like directly from the scale, like to know that there's like different things that you can see aside from like just the weight of your physical body. I think
Yeah.
it's so valuable. Like it really is so valuable.
I like that it has like the bone density on it, being like getting older, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm not losing bone mass and stuff, but
Yeah, that is such a cool. I would love to like know, but I would probably hide it from my like preteen because I don't want her to step on a scale. Like she has to do it at the doctor, but like I don't want her to like because that was my thing. Like I'd go in the bathroom and I like step on it, step on it, step
oh,
on it. Like,
totally.
what's it doing right now? What's it doing right now?
Totally. And even, I mean, even now, like I have to rein myself in and I have to be like, yo, girl, we're doing this one time a week. We're gonna do
Mm-hmm.
this one time a
That's
week
smart. Yeah.
because weighing weighing yourself is traumatizing.
Traumatic. Traumatic,
Like,
bro.
it's the-
Especially like if you've been doing it since you were young and you've seen the number grow. Oof, trauma.
because so many things go into it
Mm-hmm.
that are irrelevant. And I don't think
Yes.
that a lot of people like realize like how probably if I put these keys on my scale, it would probably say like at least a half a pound. It's
Mm-hmm.
just rounding, you know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
if you gain a half a pound, like maybe you just didn't take a shit this morning. It's not
Yeah, literally. Yeah, it's like literally. I sent you that. I don't know if you saw it.
I
The
saw that video before you even sent it to me because it was like, yeah, girl,
so real.
scale.
Yeah.
You gotta get off the scale.
Yeah, just get off and like it's such a good idea to just do it once a week and do it
Yeah,
right when you wake up or right after you poop, like whatever makes you
better.
feel
But once
the
a week.
best.
Should
Hmm.
we segue into the period since we just kind of talked about
Yeah,
like probably end it because I'm tired.
I'm so tired. Yeah, I'm ready for
Did you
bed.
take melatonin before we recorded? Girl, you always do
I'm buzzy wuzzy.
that. So why do our brains hate us so much before our period? When does your brain hate start? What day?
Mine always starts, I want to say like 5 days. I can tell. Like it's just like I wake up and I'm pissed off. Like I just know I'm like I'm about to start my period in like 5 days because all of a sudden I'm like maybe maybe nothing is worth it, you know? Why do I still live in my hometown? I don't want to see the grocery store I saw when I was 15. It pisses me off. You know,
Mhm.
it's just like little things that really don't bother me at all. Just start making me like really annoyed. And I go right to the ashwagandha. I open and I'm like, I need it. I'm like crawling to the other side of my house, like, get me the ashwagandha so I can feel a little bit less.
I'm excited to move back to like my hometown area so that we can have that breakdown together.
I'm so excited. I need somebody to feel the way that I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah. So okay, so like 5 days before. And does it
When's
get
yours?
worse as it leads up, or what's it like for you?
Not worse, just like every day's like it's like this levels of grief.
Mhm.
Some days I'm mad, some days I'm sad, you know. Sometimes it's like accepting it and just like wallowing in it.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I woke up and I watched Yellow Jackets from the time that I woke up to the time that I went to bed. And you're like, Caroline, you're a mom. How did you do that? Well, I have AirPods and I have a phone and that's how I watch TV on my phone. And it plays in the background on my headphones, and it was great. My kids were playing, living their life, and I was living mine, and we were just cohabitating together. And I had just given up, and I'm like, I'm definitely gonna bleed in the next 2 days.
I
It's
wonder
coming soon.
what the biology of it is, though. Like, why?
Right. And like I know some people don't feel this, right? Some people don't have PMS, or does everybody
Some
have
people
PMS?
don't. Yeah, that's right. Some.
That seems unfair, but
Have you ever done the Pepsid AC?
I need to. I literally need to because I've been told by a psychologist that I had PMDD. So I don't know if it's like medically proven. I just told her like my symptoms and she was like, sounds like you got PMDD. And I was like, does it?
I
It's hard to
girl,
tell.
I don't know. I would say PMS definitely.
Yeah.
PMDD, and maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
kind of it's a lot. I mean, the people will like threaten divorce.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't done that. I mean, it definitely gets a little dark in there. It definitely gets a little intrusive, but I am on such a beautiful vitamin regimen that and I am like
Mhm.
in such a like at that point in my life I was like coming that was like my first therapist after my divorce, like
Mhm.
when I was actively getting divorced, and she also told me tarot cards are sent from the devil, so you know she was one of those.
We'll take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Hmm.
Take it with a grain of salt. I don't, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't have the diagnostic criteria for PMDD
Right.
memorized because when I see it, I know it.
Hmm.
And I'm sure I should have the criteria memorized. I could, you can always look it up. But because it's like such intensity. It's like
Yeah, and I have seen that in some friends, and I'm like, okay, they definitely have PMDD, and I might not. And
Mhm.
I was talking to my daughter about this the other day because she's asking, she's getting close, and she's asking a lot of questions, and I was like, sometimes when you have your period, like it's fine, like you don't even notice it, like you just get really used to it, and there's other times where it's very painful. It's very uncomfortable. And I taught that was like the first time I had taught her about PMS and how you just feel things very deeply, because I was telling her like yesterday was just like, no, I'm clocked out
Yeah.
fully of everything. And yeah, I was just explaining that to her and that it's normal. And, I just think that normalizing all of it
Oh,
maybe could
yeah.
also help with, because a
Oh,
lot of these things are so attached to shame. Again, it always goes back to shame, you know? And I think the more normalizing of like being a human and how difficult the human experience is can make
yes.
being a human so much more pleasant when you know that you don't need to be in shame about it all the time.
Yes. Regardless of whether it's PMS or PMDD, I do think you should try the Pepsid, and you can
I
also
want
do,
to.
and it's so I'll remind you. So, because this would be a good segment to keep track of, because
Mhm.
it really works like a charm.
Yeah, I want to try. I do want to
Pepsid
try.
AC, and then also you can do Zyrtec. But do you already take Zyrtec? Why do I think you take Zyrtec? Do you take it as
I take loratadine, so like Claritin.
okay, okay.
Hmm.
So you wouldn't want to take both of those.
Hmm.
So yeah, just a Pepsid AC, and you start it the day that you start to feel annoyed. You take it
Mm.
that day, and you take it through the first day of your period. Here's a question: do the symptoms resolve when you start bleeding, or do they stay while you're bleeding?
I'd say they resolve because I always describe my period as a relief, like
Okay,
almost always. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So you would stop. You would take it through your luteal phase,
Hmm.
essentially, and then like the first, you could take it the first day of your period, and then not take it again until the first day you feel annoyed again.
Yeah, I
You
really want to
don't have to
try.
take it you don't have to take it every single day.
Ooh, yeah, I
Just
do want to
take it.
try. I definitely want to try because I'm always like trying to work out these intrusive thoughts in my brain. And they always I don't know, you know, sometimes they're like whatever, and then sometimes they're like so intense. But I will say that as I get older, they're not as intense. But also think a lot of them in the past were attached to shame. So much of everything was attached. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm a terrible person because I'm having an intrusive thought. Like, I'm terrible. And that's so terrible of me. And I'm so terrible. But now that I'm just like, oh, I'm just like, I have a chemical imbalance in my brain
Yeah.
because I have ADHD and I hyperfixate on
And
things.
there is a correlation. And there is a
Yeah.
correlation between ADHD and PMDD, and a lot of women do have both.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about before, on top of that, it's very frustrating for ADHD women because if you're on ADHD medication, when you're in that luteal phase where the hormones drop out,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not a hormone guru, so I don't even know what exactly is dropping out.
Something's dropping out.
Something's dropping out, and it's making your medicine not work.
It's just like clocked out. It's just like I'm not clocked in for the day. And you're like,
I
please
probably
clock
feel
in.
like such an
Please clock
idiot.
in. That's me.
No, dude, I know about some stuff and it's not hormones. Hormones aren't what I know about.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try everything once. That's my motto. Except I haven't tried any
I don't think you're gonna try.
hallucinogens yet.
I don't think you're gonna try everything once now.
I'm not gonna try everything once.
I know.
I will try vitamin that a psychiatrist recommends though.
Okay, have you tried propranolol yet?
No, because
Why?
freaking Luke won't pick it up. Well, okay, we just got our battery changed. As I said, my battery died. My car battery died. But we met way earlier, so my script doesn't even go out until the end of this week. So that's kind of like what I base it around is I just like go pick up my script, but I really need to get it. I'm gonna get it tomorrow for sure because we have so many errands to run
I'm gonna
tomorrow.
ask you about it. You should take it while you're running errands.
Yes, I should. I should make Luke go get it like in the morning. I
That'll
think I'll
be
do that.
actually the perfect trial run.
Yeah, no, because I am nervous about like Blue has a doctor's appointment, and I'm just like, ugh, he just hates the doctor, and
Yeah.
that's gonna be. It's not so bad, because my adrenaline gets up when he's freaking out, but then at the end,
Crash.
after, yeah, the crash is like intense. So it will be a great time to try it
Mhm.
to see like what the vibes are, and to like also have another adult with me, which will be nice. We need to go to bed right now.
True. See, okay.
Good night, world.
Goodbye and good night to our 10 subscribers.